The Haven versus Courtney Long.
I'm here.
For plaintiff.
Okay, Ms. Long is here. We got you. Okay. What is plaintiff's claim?
I have a total balance including court costs of $1,502.13.
All right. And Ms. Long, how are you intending on getting that paid?
So actually, I had been in contact with the Haven in management because I had a couple concerns with my lease renewal. So we were in negotiation with that, and I never heard back. So I reached back out again, and then I got really, really sick. But now we came to an agreement, and a lease has been executed. So I actually don't have a balance.
You don't, everything got paid, you're thinking?
Well, no, I didn't. They didn't. They said as long as so it got escalated because I was sick. I had reached back out to them because I didn't hear back, and I was sick. And then they told me that once a lease was executed, that everything would be taken care of because I was making payments. So the managers had told me that the lease that they could do for my lease negotiation was the rate that I was paying currently in my previous lease. So I had been making payments for the past since November of that amount. So it wasn't like I wasn't paying. It's just they didn't have a lease for executed.
Your Honor, if I can
Yeah.
comment, it looks like the rental amount did go up in December. I'm guessing if Ms. Long went to a month to month. My client left a note saying that they're working on getting I'm assuming that Ms. Long, you did sign the lease renewal. Was that yesterday?
Yeah, so I was waiting on them for it to be executed. So they said that was just delayed because they had to get approval and stuff like that. But as soon as I got it in my email, I was at work all day refreshing, and like I said, I was sick like all of December, super, super sick. So as soon as I got that yesterday, I signed it. And
Okay.
I was told this morning I got an email that said I have a zero balance because I had been making the payment of that amount, which actually now my current lease is actually a little bit less than what I was paying.
Your Honor, I'm just going to confirm with my client. If there's a zero balance, then we will dismiss, of course.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do, Ms. Long. I'm going to adjourn this out to the 16th, 2026 at 2 p.m. That's an in-person hearing. But
Okay.
what's really going to happen is, hold on. What's really going to happen is that's at 2 p.m. But they're going to check if they can confirm everything that you're saying, the case is going to be dismissed.
Okay, so
then you don't need to come down to the courthouse.
Okay, so then what does that mean? It just says dismissed. I've never had this. I've been a really good tenant. I've lived here.
That means there's okay, and you're still a good tenant. Don't worry about it. It just means that there isn't a case anymore. They're not claiming anything. So they just have to verify that the balance is zero because that's not the information they have today.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm
all right. Set. You're all done. Thank you.
Right. Yeah.
Hamilton Crossing versus Veronica Whitsett.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Jillian Ingen for plaintiff.
She's here. Hello, Ms. Whitsett. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Happy New Year.
And to you. And to you. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
I have a balance including court costs of $1,745.
That's not true, Your Honor. So I've been listening to the other testimonies, and I could be using the wrong terminology. I feel like they're extorting court costs because I called them on the 13th. No, I'm sorry. It was like the 14th or the 15th, whatever day of Monday was in December, and I told them that I had $950 and I would pay the other $950 on the 27th. They agreed to it, and so once she agreed to it, I didn't have any court papers or anything. So when I went around there and I made the payment, she told the clerk to call. I heard her as I was leaving out tell her to call the lawyer. Call the lawyer for what? We just made payment arrangements. You get what I'm saying? So then once I left, they sent me court costs and they never entered in my $950 payment. They never entered it in. They never brought me a receipt or anything.
Your Honor, I have a couple things. First, I want to note that this case was actually signed on the 16th.
And I went the 15th.
Ma'am, Miss
15th.
Miss Whitsett.
I'm sorry.
I listened to you, so now I'm going to listen to the other side. All right,
okay.
Go ahead, Miss Whitsett.
And I do see a payment of $950 from the 17th. I did want to ask about whether there was a second payment in December. Ms. Whitsett, were you able to make a second payment?
I did not make the second payment because I got court papers attached to my door saying that I owed the full amount. So by this time, I'm angry and I want my day in court because why would they make payment arrangements with me and then come and put this embarrassing notice on my door when we clearly...
Miss Whitsett,
I'm sorry. I'm gonna calm down.
Here, let me try to calm you down. The reason that the plaintiff's going to do that is they have to protect their interests.
Got you.
Because if you don't follow through, they've got to have a way to try to collect the money. Okay?
Yes,
so
sir.
I get what you're saying, and maybe they should have explained it a little bit more clearly. Mm-hmm. But I don't think they're trying to extort you or to try to do anything, because if I felt that way, then I'd tell them, and
gotcha.
it'd be an all-out Zoom brawl going on. I do not.
Gotcha.
I do want to let Ms. Whitsett know that they actually end up paying more than what they're able to collect from you. So whatever they put on their ledger is determined by statute, but it's not necessarily what they end up paying to get the case filed. They pay more.
Gotcha. Right. So my next question is that the right amount? Because I paid $950.
Yes, and I do see that on the ledger. And so that brought your balance down to $939, not including court costs. And then I see January rent added of $580, and then a late fee for January and court costs.
So how much is it now, sweetie?
$1,745.
Okay. All righty. Well,
you got angry, Miss Whitsett. You got angry. You just wanted to talk to me, didn't you?
I did. Per usual.
All right, Ms. Whitsett. Yes. How are you gonna try to get this paid?
I'm going to. I get paid on the. Let me see. I get paid on the. What is tomorrow? The 10th.
10th.
I get paid on the 10th, but somehow they cut overtime for January. So I have to see what this check is looking like or whatever.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Ms. Whitsett. How much do you think you can pay? Could you give me a number that you think you can pay for sure?
I think I could pay $750.
Okay, that's good. We can start there.
Yes.
All right. So I want $750, and that's out of this check. So I'm just going to say you need to pay that by the 13th.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
adjourn your case out to January 16th, next Friday, 2026 at 2 p.m. That's an in-person hearing.
Gotcha.
But here's what you can do. You can also call the attorney's office, see if they can arrange a conditional order dismissal with you as to how you're going to get this resolved.
Okay.
Fair enough?
That is fair enough. Thank you so much.
Anything else you want to yell about?
No. No, I was just frustrated. I was like, I gave them $950. Why didn't they put it on there? But I was just a little frustrated. But thank you so much.
I understand.
And I apologize to the beautiful attorney. I'm so sorry for yelling. I was just a little
It's
frustrated.
that we're good. We're good.
She's so sweet. Thank you so much, and Happy New Year to you as well.
How come you didn't say that about me?
You know how it is
true.
between me and you.
All right, that's fine. No, I'm not insulted. That's okay, Miss Whitson.
Have a good one, Judge Simpson.
Okay, you take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Northville Crossing, or Hamilton Crossing, excuse me, versus Jordan Valenti.
Jillian Angan for plaintiff.
Jordan here.
Okay, there she is. All right. All right, how much is owing on this?
I have a balance including court costs of $3,365.
Okay. Ms. Valenti, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I was out on medical leave due to emergency surgery. I just returned back to work. I will have over 1,000. I don't know the exact amount, but I'm giving all of my checks to Hamilton Crossing once I start getting them on the 23rd. And I get paid every 2 weeks. I also reached out to Hawk. I have my appointment on the 19th.
On what day?
January 19th.
Okay. So you got a Hawk appointment. You also think you can pay, what'd you say, about 1,000 or so on the 23rd?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I'll be able to
pay to push this 2 weeks.
Okay. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do, Ms. Valenti. Since you've got a plan in place, we need to hear from Hawk. So I'm going to adjourn your case out to the 23rd. 2 weeks out.
I also work for Ann Arbor Public Schools, so I go into work at 5 in the morning. Is there any way I could do Zoom?
You'll have to fill out the paperwork to see if we'll permit it, but okay, I can't guarantee it. I'm just going to indicate that here, let me set the date, the 23rd at what time? 23rd, 2026 at 3 p.m. Okay, that's an in-person hearing. But if you file the paperwork, we'll consider whether we'll let you appear via Zoom. But it's set for an in-person hearing.
Okay, I will. Can you repeat the date? I'm sorry.
The 23rd at 3 p.m.
Okay, I get off at 2:20. I should be there by 3.
Okay, fantastic. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Tile Farms versus Carol Stafford and Tara Stafford.
Hi, Your Honor.
Hello, Ms. Stafford. How are you?
Oh, I could be better.
Okay. How much is owing on this case?
With costs, Your Honor, $6,196.42.
All right. Ms. Stafford,
So
how are you intending on trying to get that paid?
I was just looking through the little screen prompt things because DHS denied my request to help with payment of rent. So I'm going to contact Hawk and see if I can get rental assistance. The reason why I haven't paid the rent is because my mother passed away and I had to pay for her funeral.
Okay.
Just to clarify, is Carol, Miss Stafford's mother, is that
yes, ma'am. The very first name on there, yeah, it's her.
Okay. And she's deceased, you're indicating.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I kind of got fired and then they rehired me back because I was fired under FMLA. So I'm trying to work to get my life back in order.
Okay, I gotcha. All right. Okay, contact Hawk and see if they will assist you. If they're going to assist you, you'd have to get your balance under 3,000.
Okay.
So that
definitely.
seems kind of daunting, but if at least if you can get kind of what will be half of it, then you can kind of work from there. Okay.
Definitely. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'm going to adjourn it out a week. Is there anything that you can pay before next week?
I have 2,000.
Pardon?
I have 2,000.
Do you? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So let's do this then. Pay that 2,000 to the landlord.
Okay.
Okay. And what date can you pay that by, you think?
I can do that today. Will it let me pay it I don't think it'll let me pay it in the portal though. I think it wants the whole amount in the portal.
Yes, the
Yeah, I
portal,
know.
Your Honor,
I
won't
know.
be
For whatever
partial.
reason, they don't want to take everybody's money. Get it into the office. All right. Get the 2,000
Okay.
paid. Okay.
Okay.
And I'll just
I'll
indicate
definitely
that
do
you're
that.
gonna pay that by Monday the 12th. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so get that paid. Contact Hawk. See if you can get an appointment. See if you can get some assistance. But if you pay the 2, then we're only about $1,000 if they can give you the maximum through Hawk. Follow me?
Okay, gotcha. Yes, sir.
So let's just hope they can get you back on track. So I'll adjourn this out to the 16th, 2026 at 1 p.m. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, that's an in-person hearing, so you'll need to be here unless we have something worked out, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls the case of Sile Farms versus Derek Wanshon and Elizabeth Wan. And where are they? There they are. They've been in the middle of my screen all morning. So can you unmute?
I think
There
we're
you go.
good.
Yep.
Hello.
Yeah, now I can hear you. Good morning. All right. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
With costs, Your Honor, $3,224.33.
All right. And how are you folks going to get that paid?
We're gonna have on the 16th, we want to pay 400 of that. And we are working with Hawk, and we're hoping to have the rest of that balance paid by the end of the month.
Okay. When you say you're working with Hawk, do you have an appointment with them?
Not yet.
Okay, but you're going to contact Hawk, is what you're indicating.
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right. So I'll give you an opportunity to do that. Okay. Pay the 400 to the landlord. Okay.
Okay.
Get that paid, because then that's going to put you under, if Hawk pays whatever they can, if they pay the full amount and you qualify for that, that'll put you under the 3,000.
Okay.
Okay. So, and then I'll adjourn this out to the 16th, 2026 at 1 p.m. That's an in-person hearing, so you'll need to come down to the courthouse. All right?
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Manchester Manor versus Brittany Bailey.
Dana Hall on behalf of Manchester Manor.
Okay, and there's Miss Bailey. Yes, ma'am. All right. What is plaintiff's claim?
I have at this time that the past due rent is $1,641.80. The costs are $186 for a total of $1,827.80.
All right, Miss Bailey, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I am currently working with Hawk. At first, I didn't qualify because I couldn't find a job, but I recently got hired with Eisenhower Center. I just need a little time to get everything with them.
Okay, so where are you with Hawk right now?
At their intake, I'm waiting on my appointment time. I have to call them today because I tried with DHS, but they denied because I didn't have a job.
Got it.
So
you started the intake process, kind of. You're just waiting on when they're going to set your appointment.
Yes.
All right. So here's what I'll do, and you're entitled to an adjournment. I'm going to adjourn this to January 16, 2026 at 3 p.m. Okay, that's an in-person hearing, so you'll have to come down to the courthouse. But at least at that point, no,
Sorry.
we're in Pittsfield. We're proudly Pittsfield Township. No, we're out by the sheriff's department off of Washington. All right. And so you come down there and come down to that courthouse, and then we'll see where we go from there. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. What is plaintiff's claim in this case? This is a termination.
I Yeah, this was a termination of tenancy for harassing employees and, yeah, at the property.
Sir, what is your position on this?
I yelled at one of the management people because they wouldn't maintain my furnace. And I apologize. I shouldn't have done that. I don't like getting mad like that, but and they still haven't maintained my furnace.
All right. So you're claiming also that there are repair issues with that. All right. Are you gonna have an attorney?
No, I no longer live there.
Oh, you moved.
Yes.
When did that happen?
December 23rd.
And I'm
Okay,
going to take it, counsel, you're not aware of that.
correct, Your Honor. I will verify that. And,
All right. So here's what I'm going to do, sir. I'm going to adjourn this out to the 16th, 2026 at 3 p.m. That's an in-person hearing. But sir, since they're only asking for possession of the premises. So since you don't live there, counsel's going to verify that. And if all of it checks out, then they're going to dismiss the case.
Okay, and I'm going to owe them some rent for December and prorated January and whatever it costs.
Okay, but you can talk to them about that. That won't be an issue in this case.
Okay.
They were seeking just possession of the premises.
Okay, they can have that anytime.
All right. All right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
oh, okay, I think that's my last one.
Well, I have one of Park at Sagebrush Circle.
Oh, I
versus
think that one was
Waters, but that is a dismissal. I have the form on that one. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Avalon Housing versus Devon Harris.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jillian Engen for plaintiff.
Devon Harris. You have them. Devon Harris. We do not have them. If you'd like to take a default, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Hold on a second before you do that.
Okay.
I don't have a proof of service. Let me see if we're gonna run into a problem with somebody. Yeah, hold on. Really, people? Did we? Hold on a second. Okay. Let me, on this case, on Avalon Housing versus Marshall Palmer, on Hamilton Crossing versus Tammy Evans, and Hamilton Crossing versus Dana Murray, I have no proofs of service.
Okay. Let me.
Those are the ones that I see just on a brief scan. So what I will do with those 4 cases, I will adjourn them out 1 week. Well, technically then I won't have had the first hearing, so I'm gonna have to adjourn them to whatever the 8:30 or 8:30 or 10 o'clock time is for next week.
You're still going
1 week, 10 a.m. All right. So I will adjourn those cases to January 16th, 2026 at 10 a.m. by Zoom. Okay.
Your Honor, that's Devon Harris, Tejonia, Marshall Palmer, Tammy Evans, and Dana Murphy. Is that right?
Evans and Murphy. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Your Honor.
Hello.
I'm sorry. My name is Tammy Evans.
Oh, you're here.
Yes, but I don't owe anything.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, give me the file. Let's see if we can. All right, Ms. Evans, you're saying you paid everything?
Yes,
think?
Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's see if we can get it taken care of, but I don't, Ms. Engine?
Your Honor, I have court costs of $174.
That she owes?
Yes.
Got it. So she paid her rent, didn't pay the court cost. Okay, Ms. Evans, you think you can get those court costs in?
Yes. I mean, I didn't know. I asked for the total amount, and that's what they gave me. They never gave me that amount.
I got you. Okay, so do you think you can get that in before the 16th?
Of course. Who do I pay that to?
You pay that to the landlord.
The 174?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, so I'm still going to adjourn it out to that time, but if you got everything paid, it's going to be dismissed.
Yes. So 174.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you,
Your
Your
Honor,
Honor.
what
All
time is that on the 16th?
Well, since she's here, I'm going to adjourn it to the 16th, 2026 at 2 p.m. because I'll make it the second hearing, but
Thank you.
If she gets everything paid, she doesn't need to be here.
Thank you.
You got that, Ms. Evans?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
got one more.
Hello? Hello.
Your Honor, I also see
Hello.
Dana Murray.
Miss
This is
Murray,
Dana. This is Dana Murray.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, we
Yes,
got you.
Okay. Yes, I'm here too. I was just letting you guys know that I paid. Okay, I paid 600, and today I was gonna pay I guess the remaining balance of whatever was left from last month.
Okay, hold on a second. You got a plan. Let me figure out what it is. So, ma'am, how much do they owe, Miss Engine?
I have a balance including court costs of $1,500.
And that's
Okay.
from last month.
That probably includes January.
Yes.
Okay, can I just pay the 400 today and pay like the rest of what I have left for January on the 28th?
Well, you could arrange that and try to arrange that in the interim. So let me go back. You said you paid 600?
Yes, I paid 600.
And is that taken into, do you have that on her?
Yes, I have that on the 5th.
Okay.
$600.
So there's 1,500 that's still owed.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And then, Ms. Murray, you're going to pay 400 by when?
Today.
Today. Okay. So
Yeah.
you're going to pay that today.
Mm-hmm.
What is today? The 9th? Okay. So you're going to get that paid. And
Yes.
then you're going to need some time to pay the balance.
Yes, this month's balance.
Yeah. Okay. I got you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjourn this out to the 16th, next Friday.
Okay.
At 2 p.m. Okay, that's an in-person hearing. You'll have to come down to the courthouse. But what I'm going to suggest that you do in the interim is look on your paperwork, call Fink and Fink, speak with them and see if you can arrange a conditional dismissal or something along those lines to just resolve this thing.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough?
Yes.
All right, fantastic. You have a great weekend.
You as well.
Thank you. Hamilton Crossing versus Rashawn Page.
Jillian Ingen for plaintiff.
Here. Page?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Okay, I do need a camera turned on if you can get that done. There he is. Okay, got it. All right, what is plaintiff's claim?
I have a balance including court costs of $2,520.
Mr. Page, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I have an appointment with Hawks on January 20th for some assistance with that.
So you have an appointment on the 20th?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I'll leave it to you, Ms. Engine. He's entitled to a week, but that gets us to the 16th. He still won't have his appointment.
Your Honor, why don't we do 2?
All right. So, sir, I'm going to adjourn your case out since you have a Hawk appointment on you said the 20th, correct?
10:30.
Okay. No, that's fine. So I'm going to adjourn this case out to January 23rd, 2026 at 3 p.m. That's an in-person hearing, but hopefully by that time we can hear something from Hawk. All right?
Okay. Thank you.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes.
Mr. Page, just so you know, Hawk only approves up to $3,000. So if we end up going into February, you're going to need to have a plan for paying February rent to keep that balance under $3,000, okay?
Okay, that's fine. I just started back work anyway, so I should be able to take care of that anyway.
Okay, thank you. Sounds good.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hamilton Crossing versus Dwight Wallace Taylor.
Jillian Ingen for plaintiff.
Wallace Taylor. No response. You have been sworn. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. I don't think I've been sworn.
I think no. Oh, I did not.
I don't think so.
She seems like she's telling me the truth, though. No, okay. Anyway, raise your right hand.
I can be sworn in and I'll tell you that I haven't been sworn in.
You solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you. This is a case for non-payment of rent. Rent to retain possession is $995. Court costs are $176 for a total of $1,171. Plaintiff is requesting a default judgment for possession only with a writ to issue after 10 days, which I think I have the 20th.
All right. Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount in the amount requested, writ to issue in 10 days. Hamilton Crossing versus Tiffany Roots.
Jillian Ingen for plaintiff.
Tiffany Roots. No response. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. This is a case for non-payment of rent. Rent to retain possession is $4,481. Court costs are $176 for a total of $4,657. Plaintiff is requesting a default judgment for possession only with a writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount in the amount requested, writ to issue in 10 days. Hamilton Crossing versus Jeffrey Williams.
Jillian Ingen for plaintiff.
Who? His wife?
I'm here.
Okay. It didn't light up for me. She's in a car. Okay. Oh, there she is. All right. Okay, and your name?
I'm Shirley Williams.
Okay. You're
Jeffrey Williams' wife.
Your Honor,
okay, thank you.
We should have filed it against both, but we I think that there might just be one name on the lease, and so
got it. Okay. All right. So what's the claim?
We have I have a total balance including court costs of $3,098.
All right. Ms. Williams?
Yeah, I just took a payment yesterday for $900, and I just literally walked out the building with a payment of $1,000.
Okay.
Okay, so
I just paid
$900.
1,900.
Okay, so that I don't have on here yet, so it would reduce the balance.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the balance I have is $1,198.
Okay.
Okay. 1,198, you think? Okay. So here's what I'll do. No, it's okay. It's okay. I believe you. Yeah, okay. So here's what I'll do. How do you think you're gonna get that balance paid?
I can have it by probably next week.
Okay. You think you might have that by the 16th?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to put in my file that you're going to pay the balance by the 16th. I'm going to adjourn this out to January 16th, 2026 at 2 p.m. Okay, that's an in-person hearing. But if you have
Okay.
everything paid, they're gonna dismiss the case, so you don't need to appear. But you have to make
Okay.
sure everything's paid, okay?
Okay.
Ms.
Yeah.
Williams.
All right.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Ms.
Yeah.
Williams, if you do pay it that day, would you either call our office and speak to one of our clerks, or show up and make sure that it's been dismissed, or just show up to court? I just want to make sure that we know that it's been paid, so that we can dismiss, and I don't want to take a judgment. So,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Williams.
Okay. You're welcome.
New Park Ridge versus, is it Terena Castello and Brandy Johnson?
Jillian Ingen for plaintiff.
Castello? They are. I do.
It's like the purple tea.
Oh, there he is. All right. Castello? Terena Castello. No response. We're gonna try to prompt him. I'm gonna pass it first. New Park Ridge versus Corinna Jones.
Jillian Ingen for plaintiff.
Ms. Jones? Corinna Jones? Oh, I think there she is. Okay.
I can't hear.
Can you hear me now?
I don't know what is going on, but I can't hear. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Can you,
now,
now you can hear? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. What's his plaintiff's claim in this case?
I have a balance including court costs of $1,666.
All right, Ms. Jones, how are you going to get that paid?
Right now, I mean, I don't get paid until next Wednesday, well, next Friday. But I do have, the only thing I have right now, literally I have $400.
Okay.
So
and you get paid on the 16th, next Friday?
yes.
Okay, so between that 400 and what you're going to get paid on that date, how much do you think you can get? How much do you think you can pay by the 16th?
I can pay 500.
Okay, so you're going to get 500 in, and then I'm going to put that needs to be paid by the 16th, 15th, 16th. You need to pay that early in the day if you pay it on the 16th, okay?
Okay, yeah, okay.
Okay, but then what's your plan for getting the rest of it paid?
My plan is to, I get paid again. I think it's like, 2 weeks after that. I get paid I get paid every 2 weeks. The only reason why my payments have been late is because you can look through my files. I have been getting garnished, and they've been over garnishing me. I just did a objection to garnishment because they've been over garnishing me.
Okay.
Then Christmas just passed, and that's why I've been late on my rent. So it's been really hard for me to get back up there.
All
So.
right. I get it. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to adjourn your case to the 16th, 2026 at 2 p.m.
Okay.
Okay. That's an in-person hearing, so you'll have to be here if everything's not paid. But here's what I want you to do. You're going to get that 500 paid in when you can get that paid in. And then between now and the 16th, I'm going to suggest that you call the attorney's office to see if you can work something out regarding getting it paid. All right?
No, I paid it. The garnishment is paid. The garnishment is fully paid.
No. I'm not talking about the garnishment.
Oh,
I'm talking about getting your rent paid.
Okay.
Okay, so on your paperwork.
I'm going to make a way to get it paid because I'm trying to get out of there. It's horrible. So.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So, but you've got a court date on the 16th at 2.
Okay.
All
Thank
right?
you.
Thank you. Case The Haven versus Jeremy Bean.
Jillian Engen for plaintiff.
Jeremy Bean. You have him? Jeremy Bean. Thought he was here, but we don't have him. So you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm sorry. I thought I just heard someone. Okay. Your Honor, plaintiff is requesting a default judgment. I have rent to retain possession of $3,401.04. Court costs are $175 for a total of $3,576.04. Plaintiff is requesting a default judgment for possession only with a writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession. Redemption amount is in the amount requested. Writ issue in 10 days. Farm versus Brian Clark.
Good morning, Your Honor. Rachel Dornbush, appellate on behalf of the plaintiff.
All right. Good morning. Is he? Oh, there he is. Mr. Clark is here. You're trying to unmute. There you got it. Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right. Good morning. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
With costs, Your Honor, $4,230.28.
All right. Mr. Clark, how are you intending on getting that paid?
Yes, so I was unfortunately the victim of a car accident on December 5th, and I effectively lost my job because I was driving for Uber and Lyft at the time. And my car was destroyed. Also, I was disabled, medically disabled for the entire month, and I just got a new job. However, I would have been caught up, but unfortunately, the insurance company sent my payments to the office instead of my home, and I called the office and they said they never received them. So I did have to have them resent out. That being said, I also have a mini tort coming from the accident, so I can pay everything by this following Friday. I was actually hoping to have
You're gonna pay everything by the 16th?
Yes. So what I'm asking though is that because of my medical situation, I was hoping to get some fines and fees reversed just for the months of December and January so that I can make the full payment.
Well, I don't know that they're in a position necessarily to do that. I can only, how much are you going to pay by the 16th, Mr. Clark?
I will find a way to pay the entire balance regardless, but I was, like I said, hoping to get some of the.
All right. If you negotiate something with the landlord, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to put in my file that you're going to pay the balance by the 16th. I'm going to suggest that you do that early in the day on the 16th. And then I'll adjourn your case out to the 16th, 2026 at 1 p.m. So if you get that paid early, get the entire balance, they'll dismiss the case. All right. Okay. And any negotiation you're going to have with them regarding waiver of anything, you can have that.
Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
I apologize. I don't mean to cut you off, but I was sent 4 documents, all within a few days of each other. The first one stated that I have to vacate the premises by the end of my lease. And that's another thing I have an issue with. I have been waiting on repairs to my home for a couple of years, and instead of maintaining the home and finishing the repairs, they're just making me vacate the premises now. I'd have water stains on almost every room in my home.
I don't know anything about that because I don't know if they've acted on that.
Your Honor, it's a non-renewal notice that coincides with the end of the lease term. It's March 31st, and no, it has not been acted on yet. And Your Honor, the letter that was sent to Mr. Clark indicates that this particular home is no longer available for rent. It offers him a transfer to another unit. And so while yes, he is being asked to vacate this home, he's not being required to vacate the committee.
Oh,
And
okay.
so
I
he needs
apologize.
to
I
contact
misunderstood.
Patty in the office to discuss relocation to another home.
Okay, I've been waiting on them to contact me about that because the maintenance technician informed me that that was going to be the case, or they were going to repair my home.
Okay,
but then the
Mr.
repairs
Clark, Mr. Clark, Mr.
Yes,
Clark.
I'll deal with it
Mr.
in
English
private.
just said, call Patty down at the office.
Yes, sir.
Get that all straight. Doesn't matter who thought who was going to contact whom. You've got instructions now what to do. Understood?
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Thank you. We'll see you next week. All right. What is the claim in this case?
With costs, Your Honor, $5,401.51.
Sir, how are you intending on getting that paid?
Next week I can pay on Thursday, 2,000, and then after that I can pay another good chunk like 2 weeks after that.
All right. So you need to pay 2,000. You said by Thursday you need to pay that by the 15th. I'll adjourn your case out to the 16th, 2026 at 1 p.m. That's an in-person hearing, so you'll have to come down to the courthouse.
Okay.
All right, unless you have everything paid in full. All right.
All right.
You can also contact plaintiff's counsel and see if you can work something out between them as to how you're going to get this all paid.
Okay. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Scio Farms versus Andrea Jackson. Andrea Jackson.
Hello, hi.
Oh, there she is. Okay, I'll need a camera, please, ma'am.
I am trying to turn it on.
All right. And what is plaintiff's claim?
With costs, Your Honor, $4,343.11.
Ms. Jackson, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I wanted to know if I could just have some time to just vacate because I don't have it. So much didn't happen. I don't have it at all.
All right. Have you sought assistance on this or?
I've been trying to, but no luck. I haven't had no success with anything. So.
You what now?
I haven't had any success with anything.
Have you called Hawk, ma'am? SOS?
I've called them and told me I didn't qualify.
You don't qualify?
Yes. That
Okay.
I was $100 over the income.
Okay, gotcha. All right, ma'am, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna adjourn your case out to 1 week. And you can certainly contact your rental officer, you can contact plaintiff's counsel and see if you can arrange a time for you to vacate the premises. So I'll adjourn your case out to the 16th, 1 p.m.
Thank you.
Thank you. Court calls case of Scio Farms versus Lisa Jastrzemski. I think I got that right. Jastrzemski. They have not checked in. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. There's rent to retain of $7,275.29. Costs are $190 for a total due of $7,465.29. We'd ask for a default possession only judgment with writ issued after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount in the amount requested, writ issue in 10 days. Scio Farms versus Paul Dest and Lee Dest. And why do I have them twice? There may be another Paul. Yes. All right. Lee is present. Yes. Lee Desk.
Hi, I'm here. I just can't, for some reason, unselect the camera.
Oh, no. You got it.
I'm
all right.
Here.
All right. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
With costs, Your Honor, $6,639.29.
All right. And ma'am, how is that going to be paid?
So right now I have a balance of about $3,000 in my checking account, and I do plan on taking out a hardship loan for my husband. We are working with a lawyer so I can get my Social Security insurance, and I'm going back and forth between filing for bankruptcy, Chapter 11, and trying to get ahead. They're going to get the money from me either way. I'm just not sure right now which direction I'm going to take. I can tell you right now that I could pay $4,500 next Friday if we decide that bankruptcy is not the correct step for us. I'm just kind of in a really weird place right now.
Okay, so your intent is that you may pay $4,500 by next Friday.
Correct. I will definitely let them know, of course, if I'm going to file for Chapter 11, they'll be the first to know.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. So here's what we're going to do.
All right.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put here that you're going to pay $4,500. There may be a bankruptcy, but you're going to pay that by the 16th, which is next Friday. I'm going to suggest that you pay it early in the day if you're going to get that paid.
Sure.
All right. I will set this for a hearing on January 16th, 2026 at 1 p.m. Ma'am, that is an in-person hearing, so you'll need to be down at the courthouse.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Spice Tree versus Lori Holt. Lori Holt, not checked in, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. There's rent to retain of $3,221.70. Costs are $169 for a total due of $3,390.70. We'd ask for a default possession only judgment with writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount, any amount requested with the writ to issue in 10 days. Spice Tree Apartments versus Imbozu Luido.
I'm here, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. And how much is owing on this one?
With costs, Your Honor, $3,003.10.
$10. Okay. Ma'am, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I have asked for renter assistance from a few people who run private organizations that help people with funding. And I've also asked my parents for some assistance. So I expect that to be given at least by next week, Thursday.
Okay. So you think you might have the balance by Thursday?
Yes, I do believe so. And I would like to add that I have a chronic condition that will be inflamed by next week. So it renders me unable to walk because I'm anemic and
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Okay, here's what we'll do. If that's going to get paid, then here's what I'm going to adjourn it out 1 week. 2026 at 1 p.m. Right. That's scheduled for an in-person hearing. I understand what you're telling me. I believe you on that. So I'm gonna give you permission, ma'am, to appear via Zoom on that date. All right.
And that's the 16th of January?
Yes, 16th of January, 1 week from today, and that's at 1 p.m.
Okay, thank you so much, Your Honor.
You're welcome, ma'am. Take care of yourself, please.
Thank you.
Spice Tree Apartments versus Andrew Marshall and Jaquel Mack. Marshall, Mack, neither are present. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. There's rent to retain of $3,652.52. Costs are $182 for a total due of $3,834.52. We'd ask for a default possession only judgment with writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount, any amount requested, writ to issue in 10 days. Spice Tree Apartments versus Brian Meeks and it's the same name, Meeks. She's not here. It's usually Mr. Meeks that's here. There he is. All right. Okay, how much is owing on this case?
With cost, Your Honor, $3,290.62.
All right, Mr. Meeks.
Okay, Your Honor. Happy New Year, by the way.
And to you.
Thank you. So, as per usual, I have closings coming up by the end of this month, but I plan on paying it ahead of time, actually. I'll pay $500 by this coming Friday, and I'm picking up some temporary work until my closings happen. And I'm gonna start doing some rideshare along with that, just to catch up before the end of the month. I don't want to wait.
All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'll adjourn it out to the 16th, 2026, 1 p.m. That's an in-person hearing. Pay the $500 by the 16th. You can contact plaintiff's counsel's office, see if you can arrange something as to how this is going to get paid. But we'll see you then, and we'll try to work it out like we have for the past 3 or 4 months. So, all right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Spice Tree Apartments versus Fatma Musa.
Good morning, Your Honor. Trying to turn the camera on.
Okay. All right, I'll need a camera, please. All right, how much is owing on this case?
With costs, Your Honor, $3,075.49.
All right. How are you guys going to get that paid? Fatma Musa? Why am I not getting a response now? Fatma Musa? I had a response, but now I don't have a response. They just dropped. All right, I'll pass it, see if they sign back in. Sylvan Crossing versus Deborah Brown.
Hold on one moment, Your Honor. I don't know. Hopefully that's a dismissal because I don't have that file. Give me one moment.
All right.
Yes, that one's a dismissal.
That is. This case is dismissed on plaintiff's motion without prejudice. And Valley Ranch versus Demetrius Jenkins. Demetrius Jenkins, not checked in. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. There's rent to retain of $4,044.32. Costs are $169 for a total due of $4,213.32. We'd ask for a default possession only judgment with writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount, any amount requested, writ to issue 10 days. Whitaker Oaks versus Hunter McNiff and Ashley McKinka. McNiff, McKinka, neither are here. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. There is rent to retain of $3,464.65. Costs are $240 for a total due of $3,704.65. We'd ask for a default possession only judgment with writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount, any amount requested, writ to issue in 10 days. Whitaker Oaks versus Kristen McGeorge. McGeorge? She was here, but not now. We don't have them. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. There is rent to retain of $1,549.97. Costs of $200 for a total due of $1,749.97. It asks for a default possession only judgment after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, Redemption amount in the amount requested with a writ issue in 10 days. Whitaker Oaks versus Janae Smith. Janae Smith, not checked in. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. There is rent to retain of $5,861.16. Costs are $200 for a total due of $6,061.16, and we'd ask for a default possession only judgment with writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession. Redemption amount in the amount requested with the writ to issue in 10 days. River Ridge versus Lois Brown. River Ridge versus Christopher Richter. Scio Farms versus Jonathan Barrera. Scio Farms versus Sarah Neal. Spice Tree versus Jenna Dribley. Valley Ranch versus Brendan Horner. Whitaker Oaks versus Scott Aito. Whitaker Oaks versus Sherry Hansen. Whitaker Oaks versus Gene Zimmerman. Those matters are dismissed on plaintiff's motion without prejudice. I will recall the case of Spice Tree versus Musa. Did they sign back in?
Yes.
Good morning.
We're
Sorry, the camera took me out of the
No,
meeting.
it's okay. It's okay. Oh, I got you. Okay. And the claim in this case was that there's $3,075.49 owing. How are you intending on getting that paid?
I'm gonna have $2,000 paid by the 15th and the rest paid by the 23rd.
So you'll have $2,000 by the 15th? Is that what you said, sir? Or did you freeze?
Hello, did you hear me?
Yeah, well, now I can hear you. You said you'll have 2,000 by the 15th? He keeps freezing. That's.
I heard 2,000 by the 15th, Your Honor, and then the balance by the 23rd.
That's what I heard. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, and if you can type this in and send it, I'm gonna mark that in the file. I'm gonna adjourn this out to January 16th, 2026 at 1 p.m. and let him know that that's an in-person hearing. And we'll see what he does then. All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Folks, Hamptons of Clover Lane versus Stephen Shelton.
Good morning, Your Honor. Brent Tanger for plaintiff.
Stephen Shelton, is he here?
Yes, I'm here.
I didn't come to my screen. I hate this.
Second page, maybe, close. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. All right. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Right now, the outstanding rent to retain is $3,632.68. Now that includes January. There is court costs of $175, so the grand total is $3,807.68.
All right, Mr. Sheldon, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I'm going to pay half of it today, and then the rest, everything should be paid by the 22nd. But
all right, but you're going to pay half today?
Yeah, for sure.
And how much is that you plan on paying today?
I got about $1,500 today.
And it's not quite half, but okay, you're going to pay $1,500 today. So
Yes.
get that paid to your landlord.
Okay.
I'll adjourn this out. What is today? 9. And then I'll adjourn this out to January 16th, 2026 at 3 p.m.
Okay.
That's an in-person hearing, so you'll need to come down to the courthouse and we'll figure out the rest, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court does call the case of Homestead Commons versus Carla Owens Askew.
Brent Tanger for plaintiff.
Carla Owens Askew. They are not here. Stringham, if you raise your right hand, if you'd like to take a default. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. Actually, hold
Go
on.
ahead, sir.
Just a moment, Judge. I think that one actually might be a dismissal. Let me double check.
You think?
I got a few of these in late. I apologize, Your Honor.
Not a problem.
But I would rather dismiss it than take a judgment if it
Yes, sir.
be dismissed. And what was that last name again, Judge?
The last name on this one is Owens Askew.
Oh, okay. This is actually a motion hearing, Judge.
Is it?
This one was supposed to be up at 8:30. They filed a motion to set aside the default judgment, and they didn't show up. So at this point, yeah, we would ask for the motion to be denied. Obviously, we took a default on this one on the 5th.
Were they in? I'm now looking at the notice, and I don't.
I think notice went out on the 16th. Correct?
Pardon?
But we should have taken a default on 12/5/25.
Correct.
Yep.
And then I don't know why they set this for 8:30.
Yeah, I know it's kind of weird. It's a motion, but it's their motion, so obviously I would ask.
Yeah, they need to be here, and they were not here on my 8:30 call.
Yep.
So the motion is denied.
Thank you, Judge.
Judgment will stand.
All right.
Okay. Then Homestead Commons versus Yusuf Ishmael.
Front technical plaintiff.
He's here. Said a yes.
Yes.
Didn't hear. Yusuf Ishmael?
Yes, my honor. I'm here.
Oh, there he is. Okay. What is a plaintiff's claim in this case?
I have rent to retain at $4,708.16, inclusive of January cost at $175 for a redemptive total of $4,883.16.
Sir, how are you intending on getting this paid?
My honor, the landlord filed in the wrong venue. I ask that the case be transferred or dismissed.
I'm having problems hearing you through your mic. You're very muffled.
Okay.
I can't hear him either.
Yeah.
Can you?
Just make sure your mic's not covered. Go ahead, try again. Sir, can you hear me? No.
Can you hear me?
Okay, sir, I'm gonna suggest you take the headset off and talk to your device.
My honor, the landlord filed in the wrong venue. I ask that the case be transferred or dismissed because the proper venue is the 15th District Court, Ann Arbor.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you think it's supposed to be
15 District Court.
That would be true for all of these. The
landlord filed in the wrong venue.
Sir, hang on, please. Can you look up, say 3177 Homestead Commons or 3143? I can't tell by the set because it's an 08 and we have 08, they have 08.
3177.
Yes. Is that a Pittsfield or SIO? It's an 08, so.
It is south of Packard.
South of Packard, okay.
Do you know where Mulder is? Between Stones and Platt Road. Those are the Stones.
Between
Stones and Platt.
Stone and Platt? Okay. Which side of Ellsworth? Can you see Ellsworth Road?
Which side?
Because between Stone School and Ellsworth, one side,
It is north of Ellsworth.
it's north of Ellsworth, which I believe is the city of Ann Arbor.
I mean, I said Packard, but I mean.
You said Platt.
I'm sorry, let's try this again.
Okay.
It is south of Packard,
South of Packard.
like pretty much where Packard splits into.
Eisenhower.
Yeah, exactly, right south there.
South, just south of Packard. And closer to Stone School, but north of Ellsworth. He's right. These cases need to be moved to the city of Ann Arbor.
Understood. Yeah, I know this is a border property. Some of them are with you, Judge, and some are 15.
Some of them, right.
Yep.
And it's just the north of Ellsworth that lets me know that that's city of Ann Arbor. So how do you want to do this? You want me, I'll just
we can transfer it if you'd like, Judge.
Yeah, we'll transfer over to 15th District. I'll do that on both of the cases. That's Homestead Commons versus Christina Sneary.
Understood.
Also would have to do that. I'm not sure what to do on this one. We already had taken the default on, but I'll leave that until there's a challenge. So we'll transfer it to 15th. Plaintiff to bear all costs of any transfer, and then we'll let them do it. All right, thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Judge.
Calls case Douglas Allen versus Mary Haynes. What?
Are we there?
It's Douglas, not Douglas.
Yes, it's Douglas.
The name is, the name is spelled whatever on the one thing.
Sorry about that.
Your Honor, for the record, Walter White, I am here present with Mary Haynes.
All right.
There they are.
All right. I have an answer filed on this. This is a termination case. What's the basis of your termination, sir?
That my doctors told me that I need to sell out because I'm dying, basically.
Okay.
And that,
so
you're
trying to sell the property.
Yes, and so I need to get in there to fix it up. I hadn't been able to get in there and do nothing for 3 years now. She won't.
Does she have a lease?
No, there's no lease.
Okay.
No contract.
So it's a month to month.
It's month to month, and I have the records right here, how she's done it. We don't dislike Mary.
You never raised your rent.
I've never raised her rent in over 10 years.
Okay, that's fine. It's just that.
And so I just basically want her out of there. I don't want.
Okay, and I understand, sir. And I have an answer. Doesn't say a whole lot. All right, well. I'll set this for a final settlement conference termination case. It seems pretty straightforward. I'll set it for a final settlement conference. Give me 20th. For January 20th, 2026, 9 a.m. That's a Tuesday. And all parties need to be present at the courthouse. And I will be in courtroom A on that date.
Okay. What time did you say again, Your Honor?
9 a.m.
Thank you.
All right.
Read it.
Okay. Your Honor, can I just address the issues that have been brought up very briefly?
If you must, go ahead.
If I must, Your Honor. these parties have gotten along great for the 12 years they've been together. There was some dispute over rent, and I realize this is on a 30-day. We don't have any problem with Mr. Allen getting paid his rent. We're not trying to dodge out on the rent. The whole thing about this is that we had an agreement that Mary was going to stay till the end of March, and as long as that agreement was honored, we were willing to pay rent and leave at the end of March. The problem is that Mr. Allen asked for a meeting. She showed up, he didn't, and then the next thing we know, we got a 30-day notice. So we don't want to keep him from getting paid, but she does want to stay till the end of March, and that's what this case is really about.
All right. Well, maybe between now and the 20th, the parties could talk to each other and see whether or not that agreement can still be in place if there was an agreement. All right.
Can we talk? Can we talk?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. You guys need to contact each other. Otherwise, I'll see you on the 20th. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. D Squared Partnerships LLC versus Echo Lawns LLC.
So, good morning, Your Honor. Dan Troika appearing on behalf of the plaintiff, D Squared.
Travis Gagne on behalf of defendant Ecolons with my client with me.
All right, very good. All right, where are we on this, John?
Your Honor, this is a commercial eviction. We do, as you can see, have an attorney appearing who's filed an answer. We would request escrow. This is a situation in which we haven't been paid rent since June. The monthly rent starting February 1st is $11,203.56. $11,203.56. The current amount owed between today and January 31st, the prorated, would be $8,037.53. So we're asking the court to award escrow since we do have an answer and we're going to have to proceed. We would also ask, Your Honor, under the court rule that there would be an order that the heat be kept on at the premises enough to prevent freezing. 45 degrees, we're told, would be sufficient. While we're not here to, litigate the issue, I just do want to say there was a problem in December where all 4 furnaces were off when it was getting to sub-zero temperatures. We just want to make sure the building is safe. We almost had a disaster, and we would ask the courts, ruling to make sure we're protected, which the court rule does specifically provide for that.
Response.
Yeah, the response here is that these parties have been talking for a very long time, and as it was indicated in the answer, rent is being withheld because there are significant repairs and maintenance issues that the landlord has refused to fix up until the date, and interference with the property as it comes to the sign. I'll address the heating as well. Mr. Troika and I have had conversations about this, as well as my colleagues here at the firm. I understand his request for an order. Part of this is that the HVAC system is one of the substantial repairs that we've requested. If it's going off because it isn't up to code and it needs repairs, that's not on us. We're not turning off the heat.
So, Your Honor, I'm not asking you to adjudicate the issue. I will tell you we were told by our contractor that all 4, well, not all 4 actually, I think 2 have been turned off and 2 have been set at the minimum possible level. We don't know for sure what happened. What we know is our guy went in there in December when we were getting to sub-zero temperatures. Everything was off. We called the police. There were some words exchanged. We're just simply looking to protect the property. We're not asking for a ruling. Right. We didn't actually have any damages. We're grateful that the worst didn't happen. But Your Honor, it's January in Michigan. We want to make sure that that situation doesn't happen again. And to be clear, if the furnace failed and it's not the tenant's fault, that's so be it. But we were told all of them are in working order and they had manually been turned off or turned to the lowest setting.
Okay. All right. What I will do initially is, with reference to the escrow, I will order escrow. However, what is the February rent of the $11,203.56? Is that the same rental amount for January?
So no, January is $10,883.19. This is a lease that was signed in February 1st, and it turned every year there's an escalator. So it goes from 10,883 to 11,203 come February 1st. In the prorated number I gave you, that is based on the current rent for January.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to order escrow at 1/2 of January, so that effectively the escrow that needs to be paid to the court will begin next week, which I think is the proper way under the court rule for that to happen because of the adjournment. So it will basically be the 16th. I'm not going to worry about a day. Just take that number that is the rent, cut it in half. That's what needs to be deposited. And then the escrow amount for February, and escrow would need to be paid each month while this matter is pending at the current monthly rental rate.
Your Honor, I also just want to flag the 10,833 or 883 and the 11,000 number are inclusive of things besides base rent. My understanding is those numbers are inclusive of triple net. So this is, taxes and stuff on the property. I don't know if that shifts the total amount that needs to be escrowed or not.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
And I'm sorry, just for clarification, Your Honor, you said paid into court escrow by January 16th?
Yes, but I want it paid in that date, but I'm only prorating for 50% of January as opposed to 75% of January.
Got it.
All right.
Understood.
And then with reference to the heat, here's the way I'm gonna, or those kinds of things. That I will order, and counsel for plaintiff can prepare an order that the heat is to be maintained at a minimum of, actually my numbers are different, but it's supposed to actually be 50 degrees, at a minimum of 50 degrees. If plaintiff believes that the heat has gone down below, or the temperature of the building under, I think it's 201H, I will give plaintiff authority to enter the premises to prevent waste to the premises and fix the furnaces.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, do you need an order submitted?
Yes.
Okay.
Both as to the escrow and as to that. It can all be on one order as far as I'm concerned.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Your Honor, one last thing. Again, the parties have been talking for a very long time here. We've brought up mediation a couple of times. I don't know how Mr. Troika feels about this, but I would also submit to the court that this is something that, before we litigate this in a protracted manner, it would be helpful to have some sort of facilitation here. So I bring that to your Honor's attention if you're so inclined to order that as well.
If you've not had a case before me, that's going to happen. And the first facilitator you're going to run into is a judge with a hammer, which is me. So
thank you, Your Honor.
What I'm going to do is, I think the answer's been, you filed an answer, correct?
We have, that's right.
All right. So let's just get this to final settlement conference then. Will January 20th work for you, gentlemen?
It will work for me, Your Honor, because I'm already in your court earlier that day.
See? The miracle of scheduling.
Your Honor, what time on the 20th?
It would be at 9.
Okay.
What time can you do?
So I have a Zoom hearing at 8:30, so I could do 9:30 or 10 o'clock if that works with Your Honor's schedule.
I'll just put it at 10.
Okay, thank you.
Because what, you're going to go see a judge you like better than me first? Is that, no, that's okay. That's okay. I'm not.
Your Honor, it's due diligence. I am judge shopping.
Okay, I see. All right. All right. So I'll set final settlement conference on this for 10 a.m. on January 20th.
Thank you.
Your Honor.
2006. All right. Thank you. All right. Next case is Stefan Gillette versus Amanda Raines.
Alice Friedman for the plaintiff.
Amanda Raines.
All right. And what is plaintiff's claim in this case?
This is a termination case, Your Honor, month to month.
Is it? I get an NPR. Hold on. Yes, it is a termination case. And ma'am, what's your position on the termination?
So, Your Honor, I just received a letter in the mail yesterday stating for a court case today, and it was mailed to me on the 6th. So I just got it yesterday evening to appear today. So I'm kind of confused about that. And this case, I believe, was just dismissed not too long ago. So I'm also confused about that. And I've also been in constant contact with Stefan about me trying to, because we lived in the home 5 years together and I always paid my rent. I offered, even after we split up, to continue to pay the rent. He declined it. And then I went through a temporary job, and then after the temporary job ended, I tried to apply for another job, and I'm still looking and going through interviews. And I let him know that, and I said I will constantly keep you updated. And he doesn't own the home; his mother and father do. So I'm on a month to month with Stefan as basically as a roommate. And
This isn't the home with the dogs, is it?
yeah, it's the home with the dog. We have a German Shepherd who has cancer, and I'm full-time taking care of the dog by myself. Like, I'm distributing all the medicine.
So who owns the property?
So his mother and father own the property.
He is the I guess you'd say the caretaker of the property. He has a lease with his mother and father. He's in charge of the property. He is the proper plaintiff in this case. And that's why he's named as the plaintiff. If you remember, Your Honor, I don't know why you would remember, but over a month ago, this case was dismissed because my client had not served a proper notice for termination. So this was a new notice and a new file, and she's had now about 75 to 80 days to find another place to live. She doesn't have a lease.
Right, I understand all of that, but the thing that she's raised is the issue of ownership of the premises.
Yeah, his mother and father, Your Honor, own the premises, and the reason the case was dismissed by you the last time is because we had an issue with him not paying me the money for the tax credits, and his lease expired back in 2011, so he hasn't had an active lease with his parents.
Your Honor, I can, when I know you're going to adjourn this out a week, or I assume you are.
Yeah.
I have documentation from the parents that he's authorized to manage the property and commence the eviction. So I don't think she has a standing to dispute who's in charge of the property. It's certainly not her.
I haven't received.
Yeah, but the thing is that I'm not. If he doesn't have an ownership interest, I mean, I'll have to take a look at it because we don't run into this very often. I'm not sure that he can bring this in his name.
Well, I don't know why not. He's managing.
He can certainly serve the notice, but I don't know whether he can bring it.
Well, he's authorized to manage the property, and if there's a question, I'll amend the complaint and add the parents to the plaintiff portion of the complaint to the caption. There's no question.
Send it to me, and I'll take a look at it. I'll adjourn this out to January 16th, 2026 at 1 p.m. That will be an in-person proceeding. I can get the documents. I'll look at the issue of ownership, and then be able at that point to make a ruling. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That's it. Thank you. HP Foreclosure Solutions versus all occupants at the location of 1790 Hamlet Drive in Ipsy.
Good morning to you and your Senator Simpson. This is Attorney Paul Spaniello. My PIN number is 72366, and I'm here on behalf of the plaintiff.
There is an occupant.
Yes.
And your name, ma'am?
Mary Cheatham.
Okay. And this is a termination on what basis?
Subsequent to expiration of redemption rights on a mortgage foreclosure, Your Honor. And Judge, if I may.
Yes, go ahead.
My understanding from my client this morning that there's negotiations between Ms. Cheatham and them. So if there's no objection, I prefer to set this out for a couple of weeks to see if we can get some finality, if the court's amenable to that.
Ms. Cheatham, do you have any problem with that?
I do not, Your Honor.
All right, I'll adjourn this out to the 23rd. Is that right? 2026 at 1 p.m. for an in-person hearing. All right, got to see if we can work it out.
Thank you.
Yes, Ms. Cheatham. Thank you. Court does call the case of O'Neill Murhead versus Nick Bergeau?
Good morning, Your Honor. Philip Wypert on behalf of the plaintiff, O'Neill Muirhead, who's sitting to my left in my South Line office.
Nick Bergeau? Is he here? He's unmuted. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. He's got to get better Wi-Fi. He keeps freezing. All right. Mr. Wypert, I'm going to pass the matter. We're going to try to send a message that he's got to be in a better place with a stronger bandwidth so I can conduct a hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court calls case of YC Asset Management and Development versus Abriana, is it Sinus? Probably mispronounced that all over the place.
I'm here, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Brittany Brownlick on behalf of the plaintiff.
All right. And this is a non-payment of rent. What is the claim in this case?
Judge, in this case, we have rent to retain in the amount of $3,065, other money due of $590, court costs of $185 for a total balance of $3,840. This case was initiated. Miss Sains is applying for assistance. And so I know that that's her plan moving forward. And so we just want to give her some time for that.
All right, ma'am, is that correct? That you're applying for assistance? Why is everybody freezing on me? You sign this? She just froze. Oh, no, she's back. Ms. Sinus, is that correct?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay,
So
yeah, I
Go
just
ahead.
talked to Huck this morning and they told me we had to get my best friend that was on the lease off of the lease. So and then my balance was above 3,000, so they want me to get that paid down and then to contact them once that gets paid down, and then we would start the process from there.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Right. So you've got some lease issues you got to clear up, but the amount to get yourself below 3,000, how are you planning on doing that?
Well, I'm a server right now at Buffalo Wild Wings, so honestly, it's probably just gonna take me about a week or so to get that paid down, and then that's it.
Oh, it won't take you a week with as much as they charge for wings. You should be, no, I'm kidding.
No, you're right.
No, I do not mean that. They're a fine organization. So you think about a week you can get that below the 3,000?
Yes.
All right. So here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjourn this out. We won't have everything resolved, but the 16th or counsel, she's contacted Hawk, but they're not going to give her an appointment till she gets that down. I can put it on the 16th for an in-person, or I can go to the 23rd. Either way, it almost would seem to be more productive to go to the 23rd, but
Yes,
she's not really
I'm
entitled to it without your agreement.
sure. No, I understand. I'm fine with adjourning this out to the 23rd. We knew that,
Oh.
she would need a couple weeks to kind of get some of that taken
Sure.
care of.
All right. So January 23rd, 2026 at 1 p.m. So ma'am, I'm setting this for an in-person hearing on that day. I'm going to indicate in the file that you're going to at least get $840 paid to the landlord by the 16th.
Okay.
To get yourself there, and that way then it's going to give you time to contact Hawk, have them give you an appointment or at least an indication as to whether or not they'll be able to assist you.
Okay.
Got that?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, folks.
Thank you, Judge.
Legends of Rosewood Village versus, is it Lena Awad and Tiffany Coleman?
Good morning, Your Honor. Jackie Snyder-Potter for the plaintiff. Tiffany Coleman, I'm here. Lena's here.
Okay.
He'll be here in a second. Lena, what?
She's, yep. Okay. Everybody's here. All right. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Your Honor, we have rent to retain of $1,853, court cost of $218 for a total of $2,068.80. Sorry, court costs are $218.80. That's how we got the 80 cents.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Folks, how are you going to get this paid?
Yes, so we actually had the rent plus the late fee is the $1,853. We tried to go pay it, and our property manager said we couldn't pay it until we had the court costs as well. So that's why we're still at court.
When did you try to do that?
That was the 5th or 6th? 5th? I believe it was Friday. Maybe. But they still owed. You guys still owe January, correct? No, we paid it. So what we're here for was for December's non-payment, but we paid that, and then we owed January, and we tried to go pay January, but she said we could not pay it without having the additional court.
Well,
that wasn't right then. Okay, so
I'll solve that.
yeah, no, Your Honor, I'll solve it myself. I got it.
Okay. So
Sorry,
here's what
I didn't know. I thought that they still had to pay January and they didn't have January in hand. I apologize. Yeah, so we have January's rent plus the late fee, but then when we looked online, we looked on our portal and we saw it was an extra $463 added. So we went to the office and talked to her, and we said, we said, can we pay the rent with the late fee? She said, no, you need to have the court costs included. So she said she wasn't going to stop us from going to court. Okay. So
all
we
right.
don't have the court fees.
Hold on. We're gonna
This
solve
is my
part of
office number. Give me a call after this hearing and we'll talk about that. So
I'm going to adjourn this
yes,
out
sir.
To January 16, 2026 at 12 noon. That's for an in-person hearing, so I'll need you guys down at the courthouse on that date. How much do you have right now that you want to pay to the landlord?
We have the full 1853. We have everything.
Okay, hold on. Just slow down, Ms. Coleman. I just asked the question. I need a number. How much do you have?
1853.
Stop. There we go. Okay. 1853. And you have that right now to pay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to indicate that you're to pay that by the 12th, this Monday. Okay. Pay that by the 12th. And I'm going to order the landlord. Council knows what I'm going to do. I'm going to order the landlord to take it. Yeah, they should.
Yeah, I know. So, yeah, I've dealt with this twice already, Your Honor.
All right. So you guys go pay. They're going to take it. Then we'll figure out where that other number comes from and everything will be fine. Okay?
No problem. Thank you.
And we'll see you next week.
And our number is on the
Ms.
notice.
Awad, did you want to say anything?
No, she got all the talking for me.
She got it. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure nobody's left out. All right. Thank you, folks. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Legends of Rosewood Village versus Leonardo Zuniga.
Again, Your Honor, Jackie Snyder-Potter for the plaintiff.
Leonardo Zuniga here. All right. And how much is owing on this?
Oh, yeah, that's me. 4,000. I was gonna text Mark. $4,298. Court costs of $181.90 for a total of $4,479.90, Your Honor.
All right. And sir, how are you intending on getting that paid?
Your Honor, I have 2,600 already for the cost of December. My company has been running late with payments. That's why I'm in this situation. The remaining will be paid at the end of the month with the payroll on the 30th.
All right. So how much do you have now?
2,617.
All right. Okay. So what you need to do is go pay that to them. I'll adjourn this out 1 week to the 16th, 2026 at noon, you said? At 12 noon. Okay. What I'm going to suggest you do, counsel, is you call the
I got
plaintiff's
this.
counsel's office. Okay. And then try to see if you can work out a conditional order of dismissal. You understand that, Mr. Zuniga?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, real good. But get that the 2,600 paid over to the landlord.
Will do.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right. Who's next? Blue Heron Point versus Omar. Is it Kamasoko?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Okay. I need Mr. Kamasoko, I need a camera, please.
Sure. I'm sorry about that.
All right. And I think it's Mr. Dodd, right? Yes. Mr. Dodd, how much is owing on this case?
Your Honor, I'm showing rent to retain in the amount of $3,759.54. Attorney fees and costs of $170 for a total redemptive amount of $3,929.54.
All right, you kind of went in and out. It's
$29.54.
Thank you. All right, and sir, how are you intending on getting this paid?
Yes, Your Honor. So far I've paid 1,500. So if you deduct 1,500 out of that amount, the rest.
When did you pay that 1,500?
Yesterday I paid 500, and last week I paid $1,080. So it's more than 1,500. $1,580.
Okay, that's fine. Counsel, do you have those in there?
I am taking a look at the ledger to see if I do have those, Your Honor. And I'm sure the one from yesterday has not been reflected yet because my ledger, I don't believe, dates back.
Right.
Includes yesterday. Let me take a look. Okay. Okay, so Blue Heron. All right. It looks like I have the last payment that's reflected on here was made on. I don't see the payment from. What can you just can the defendant just specify what date? I show a payment made on December 18th in the amount of 1,000. Another payment made on December 18th in the amount of 400. I don't see a payment made recently this month or last week.
If you ask the manager David, he will tell you.
Okay,
that
that's fine. You're saying you paid about 1,500, correct?
And $80. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, yes. Okay, about 1,580. Okay, you paid that. How are you going to pay the other part of the balance?
This upcoming week, I'm planning to pay at least $800, and
this upcoming week you can pay how much?
At least 800.
800?
Yes, at least. It could be more.
So I'll indicate you to pay $800 by the 15th. of this week or more. I'll adjourn this out to January 16th, 2026 at 12 noon. That's an in-person hearing. And then we'll see, and they'll have those payments that have come in and then the other payment, and then we'll see where we're at and where we're going to go from there. All right?
Okay.
Thank
you,
you.
Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
Blue Heron Point versus Crystal McKinsey. And what is the claim on this case?
Your Honor, I'm showing rent to retain $6,810.90, increasing cost of $170 for a total redemptive amount of $6,980.90. I'm showing the last payment that was made was on December 26, 2025.
All right, gotcha. All right, Ms. McKenzie,
Yes.
how are you intending on getting this paid?
I'm planning on paying $2,000 on Monday or Tuesday, and then I was planning on having the balance paid by the 30th.
By the 30th?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm going to indicate in my file you're paying $2,000 by the 13th. I'll adjourn this matter out to the 16th, 2026 at, what time was this? 12 noon. All right. And what I'm going to suggest that you do, Ms. McKenzie, is call the plaintiff's, your landlord's attorney's office, see if you can work out a conditional order dismissal if you're going to have everything paid before the end of the month.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. That hearing on the 16th is an in-person hearing, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Haverhill on Clark versus Laura Slater.
Again, Rania Haddad, P8 4927 for the plaintiff. I believe my client with Haverhill is also in the Zoom gallery.
She's not here now, but she was.
She was here?
Yeah.
Oh, she showed up at 8:30? Did she come?
My name is Krista Gross, and I am the regional manager for Haverhill on Clark.
I gotcha. But we don't have Miss Slater now?
No.
Okay, Miss Slater, my staff is informing me, was here throughout the course of my 8:30 docket call and has not signed back in. Did she drop or just leave? Do you know?
I don't know.
Don't know if she.
She gave us her name.
Got it. Well, not here at this point. I'll note the file that she was here during the 8:30 call, but not during this call. Counsel, if you'd like to take a default, raise your right hand to be sworn. You
Yes,
solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
All right.
Your Honor, this case was filed as a complaint to recover possession of property due to multiple lease violations, and due to the fact that the defendant has failed to appear hearing at 10:30 for the 10:30 or 10 o'clock, and the fact that we do have a second mailing, we do request a default judgment for possession with a 10-day writ date.
Judgment to the plaintiff. That is by default for possession. There is no redemption amount with the writ to issue 10 days.
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe that concludes my case for
Yes, it does. Thank you. Sit down.
person, Judge.
Huh? Thank you. Yes, sir. All right. Then whatever. This one. Harbor Club versus Lori White.
Good morning, Judge. Joe Joseph for the plaintiff.
At his place?
Yeah.
Oh, sounded like he was on an airplane. All right. Okay. Okay. Is Lori White here? Lori White? No response. Raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, Judge.
Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Judge. At this point, second mailing having been completed, the defendant having failed to appear today, we do move the court for entry of a default judgment for possession only. We have rent retained at $3,448. Court costs are $177, and that totals $36.25. We'll be seeking a judgment in that amount with a writ date of January 20th, or 10 days from the date of entry.
Judgment to the plaintiff. Default. For possession, redemption amount in the amount requested with the writ issue in 10 days. Arbor House versus Trevon Modoc.
Again, for the record, Judge Joe Joseph for the plaintiff.
Right, Mr. Modoc is here. What is plaintiff's claim?
Judge, we are showing rent retained just $445 through today's date, and then there's the court cost of $177, so the total amount is $622.
Mr. Modoc, how are you intending on getting that paid?
Yes, I'm planning to pay that on this upcoming Monday.
Upcoming Monday?
Yes.
Okay, so here's what I'll do. Make sure you get everything paid. I'm going to adjourn this out 1 week to 16th, 2026 at 12 noon. If you get, that's an in-person hearing, but if you get everything paid, I don't need to have you down here at the courthouse because they're going to dismiss.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. And then, did you have more, counsel? Or? Two dismissals. Okay. Arbor Club versus Thomas Fair. That matters dismissed. And Arbor Club versus James Parson. That matters dismissed. Mr. Fair, you're on mute. They're both here, right? You're muted, sir.
There, I'm unmuted.
Yes.
Your Honor,
I understand.
The case is
being dismissed.
Yes, I understand that, and I wish they had told me that earlier. But of course, they didn't. And also, Your Honor, a couple more things I'd like to point out. I think it's important. One is that the rent was paid long before they filed this lawsuit against me, and to this day, I still have a credit on my account because I paid for 2 months in advance. I've been in the hospital for 5 days. Notwithstanding all that, this is also not a signed lease on the document. The document they presented to the court is not signed. It's not signed by me at all.
Okay, Mr. Fair, what would you like me to do?
You know, Your Honor, I would very much like costs, but I don't think I'm going to get them. I think it's only fair that I would be reimbursed for the same costs that the attorney would have received had this case been actually, if had it had merit. But I don't expect to get that.
But those costs are statutory.
I do understand,
and they're based upon their expenditure to collect the rent.
That's
so
true,
it's
Your
not
Honor.
the equivalent. I don't know what you would be basing your cost on.
Only, honestly, Your Honor, there is no court rule that allows me to do that. I understand that. I think more importantly to me is that the attorney and the landlord here can appreciate the fact that this has been rather distressing, especially for someone who's just getting over cancer. But it is unnecessary. A simple phone call to myself or the landlord himself would have corrected this. That's all I want to say. You want to make sure it's part of the record.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
River Ridge versus Melissa Franklin.
Good afternoon, or good morning, Your Honor. You said this
the
is
other dismissal. What? Hang on a second.
Oh, you're fine, Judge.
He's also present.
Oh, Mr. Parsons?
James Parson, right here.
All right. Did you hear your case is dismissed, sir?
Okay. Is any other action needed on my end?
Nope. Just to have a good weekend. Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. All right. Ridgewood versus Franklin.
I'm here, Your Honor. Hey.
Good morning, Judge Mark Messenger, appearing on behalf of plaintiff.
All right, Ms. Franklin, I'm going to need a camera.
I'm sorry.
And counsel, what is plaintiff's claim is owing in this case?
Rent to retain $3,068.48. Court cost $224.50. Total $32.92.98. Possession and money, Judge.
All right. Ms. Franklin, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I actually have a phone appointment with. I already applied for DHS, and I have a phone appointment with Hawk on Monday, and then a phone appointment with DHS on the 14th. But I get paid that Friday, the 16th. So I'll be able to take 1,000 to them in cash myself, and then see what they can help me with from there. See if DHS or Hawk is going to help me.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I have
So you
proof
can pay
of both of them.
Hang on, you can pay 1,000 by the 16th.
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjourn the case to January 16, 2026 at 12 noon.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
And try to get that 1,000 if you can paid early
Okay.
in the day. That's an in-person hearing. You've been in touch with DHS and Hawk, so I'm going to
Yes.
let that process. You have the appointments that you have before the next court hearing, so then we can get a status as to where you are. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Judge. Have a good day.
All right, you do the same.
Thank you.
Court does call the case of Angela Chen versus Janelle Smith.
Yes, Honor. I'm here. Since
And
the
there's
8:30.
Angela Chen and David Chen versus Janelle Smith.
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, there's Miss Smith. All right, this is a termination of tenancy.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yes,
what's the
Honor.
basis for your termination?
There is outstanding payment plus the court cost fee is 26,000. We did not receive the payment since October 2022.
Well, hold on,
Yeah.
hold on a minute.
Let me finish it, okay?
No, that's not how this works. I run this proceeding, not you.
Yeah.
Are we clear on that?
Yeah.
This, you're claiming I don't have a notice to quit for.
I can tell you what's going on, Judge,
What
whenever you
is
get a chance.
this? Hold on, please.
So when I filed,
You filed
yeah,
a
24
notice to
days.
quit for non-payment. I don't have on here the service copy of it, but assuming that you did, saying that she owes $24,600, I then have a termination of tenancy complaint. The
No,
complaint does not match the notice.
complaint is not made. Here, this is a two file I filed. Here, you look at it.
Sir,
And I paid
I have a file.
Yeah, I paid.
And I'm telling you, and you can either keep holding papers up or you can listen to what I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
The notice to quit is the wrong copy of the notice to quit. That notice to quit also looks like it's a non-payment of rent notice to quit. The complaint that was filed by you is a termination of tenancy. So your complaint and your notice to quit do not match.
Do not match for what? For the defendant or for the plaintiff? For the plaintiff?
Your Honor, can I speak and say something?
Go ahead, ma'am. Why not?
So, David Chen does not own the house. His daughter does. I do not. I do not.
Anna, I don't want to, I bought this house. I transfer the title to my daughter. And because my daughter is studying University of Michigan, and my two daughters, both of them, undergraduate.
I don't care.
Undergraduate school.
I really don't care about any of what you just said, Mr. Chen.
Okay.
Do you own the property? I wish you would quit. You know what? I'm done. I'm so done. You need to get, Mr. Chen, I'm just going to tell you, you need to get your pleadings corrected. If you got to go to an attorney to figure that out, you figure it out. If they're not correct when you get here the next time, I'm dismissing this case. I'm going to adjourn this proceeding to January 16th, 2026 at 12 noon. That's an in-person hearing. Both parties and all sides need to be here on that date. Thank you. Oni Hazazi versus Deborah. Is it? There should be a vowel there. Is it Shabbat?
Good morning.
We don't have the tenant. Is that name spelled? No, I think it's supposed to be an SHEP. And I'm not even going to tell you what the clerks put on the file. You see it? All right, Mr. C. This is a termination case. You did not, I don't have the defendant here. You did not pay for second service, so I can't take a default today. I'm going to have to adjourn it over 1 week. All right. And then if they don't appear, then we can take some action. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. So I'm going to adjourn it to the 16th, 2026 at 12 noon. That's an in-person hearing, so you'll need to be down at the courthouse. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, folks. Have a good weekend.
You too.
AJ Coda versus Don Burgess.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Coda. Don Burgess, not here. And this again is one of those second service wasn't paid for. So I'm going to have to adjourn you over to January 16th. How much are you claiming is owed, sir?
So as on date, it is $5,861.25, Your Honor.
All right. I'll have to adjourn this over. She's not here. You didn't pay for second service. So I'll adjourn it over to January 16th, 2026 at 12 noon. Okay, that's an in-person proceeding. You'll need to come down to the courthouse, sir. All right, thank you.
Your Honor. If you allow me, can I put 2 points here, Your Honor, with your permission?
2 points, go ahead.
Sorry about that, but I'm not even sure if they have moved to the property because we have leased this property and by the end of November, and the 1st of December she didn't pay the rent, and when I tried to serve the notice, I don't see them there, and I didn't get any response.
Even if, sir, I'm going to stop you because even if all of that's true, there's nothing I can do today.
Okay, all right, no problem. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Jeffrey Patrick versus Kevin Rush. Jeffrey Patrick. Jeffrey Patrick?
Yes, I'm here, Your Honor. Can you see me?
No, I cannot. However, I'll assume that it's you. I do not have the defendant here. I cannot take a default judgment. You didn't pay for a second service. So I will adjourn this matter out to January 16th, 2026, 12 noon. That's an in-person hearing, so you'll need to come down to the courthouse. All right, sir? Thank you.
Your Honor. Thank you.
Court recalls the case of Murhid versus, is it Bergeau?
Can you guys hear me now?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Your name, sir?
My name is Nick Bourgeot.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, that's who we were missing, and Mr. Wypert is here. All right. This is a non-payment of rent case, I do believe.
Good morning, Good morning again, Your Honor. Philip White on behalf of the
He's driving.
O'Neill Muirhead.
Mr. Bourgeot, are you driving?
Oh yeah. I'll pull over right up
You
here.
cannot be driving.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm on the way to a job interview. But yeah, I'll pull over.
Do I ever? How much is owing on this?
$5,700, Your Honor, plus $130 costs. Is the rent to retain at $5,700?
$5,700 plus cost. You said of how much, sir?
$30.
Okay. Sir, how are you intending on getting that paid?
Oh, I can make payments if they'll accept it. I'm a single parent trying to get my daughter through her senior year of high school.
Okay. So, have you talked to them about how you're going to pay this off?
Yeah, I was making payments to O'Neill, and then he kind of demanded an amount of money that like my mom had previously lived with us. She moved out in September, but O'Neill was like letting her decide whether or not she was going to pay rent since about June. And then, but I feel like he's trying to chew me up and spit me out because he didn't tell me he was doing that until the end of June. So he himself already put me behind. And then it was like the 22nd or the 18th of June. They told me that I had to pay for the entire month of June. And then, then July was due the next month. And my mom's belongings, her mail, her car, they were all there. And so I'm not sure why he wouldn't just let me keep chipping away at that amount.
Okay. I'm not sure that gave me an answer, but I can't take a default. If you are going to dispute this, try to get some assistance or the like, then you need to take this next week to try to figure out how you could do that. There are programs that do assist people with paying their rent, like Hawk or SOS and the like. So you'll have the opportunity to contact them. I will adjourn this matter to January 16th, 2026, 12 noon. That's an in-person hearing, so all parties need to be here.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
May we leave the courtroom?
Yes, you may. That's it? Yeah. I'm so done. Court stands in recess. Fairwood Apartments versus Michelle Sheila.
Happy New Year, Judge.
And Happy New Year to you. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay, thank you.
All right. State your name for the record.
Michelle Shemiat.
All right. Where are we on her case?
Your Honor, just a couple things. The balance that I have currently, including court costs, is $775. I have a note that, well, this case was filed in September, Your Honor. I understand that the court's been slow walking this one, but I don't see any since the case was filed. My client's just getting concerned with the balance getting so high.
Could you repeat that balance again? 7,000 what?
$7,775.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Where are we on your end?
Okay, I have an update. I spoke to my caseworker, Madden Linton, before I came here. And we talked about what I should tell you. I have found an apartment last week. I'm going to go see it on Monday. The price is lower than what I'm paying now at Sparrowwood, much lower. She also wanted me to mention that it's a handicap-free entrance. I won't have any problems getting into the ranch-style place. I called the management there yesterday to check in and ask them what I had to do to apply there. And I haven't gotten an answer yet through email. They told me it would be ready February 1st. Yesterday, yesterday she told me it's now going to be February 15th through the 28th that it will be ready. I'm aware that I believe that my 855 damage deposit, security deposit at Sparrowwood is going to go to that $7,000.
Yes.
And as soon as I move, I don't anticipate any problems with getting accepted there. I had a long talk with one of the managers at that property. So I just have to go see it on Monday and get the application and fill it out and hopefully be accepted. I've also been talking to Madden about the process of applying there because I want to make sure I get it. Out of all the calls that I've made since November 21st, this is the only place that I've found that's handicap friendly and budget friendly, so I can start paying Sparrowwood back. Because I lost my job because I had no phones to work with for 2 months, thanks to obscure obsolescence and getting a government phone. Let's see if there's anything else. My family in Detroit is coming to move me.
Okay.
I'll get another Social Security check at the end of this month. And let's see, I think that is about it for now. So it looks like from the middle of February to the end of February, I'll get out. And I'm very well aware of what I didn't think I owed Sparrowwood that much, but we're going to be moving into February now. So I will pay this off. I don't know how long it's going to take me, but I'll have at least $400 extra every month. So I hope to make that kind of payment to Sparrowwood.
Okay. So what's your monthly rent again?
My monthly rent includes a water charge that they added a couple of years ago of $50.
Right.
It used to be $13.15 and now it's $13.50.
Your monthly cost.
My monthly rent is Sparrowwood, yeah.
So basically, we're going to be around 8, well, actually 9, almost 9,000. Okay. So when will you know that you have that place? You sound rather confident now, but you got to do some paperwork things and make sure.
Well, I'll see it on Monday. I know I want the place. I've seen it with the only one step up it to get into the apartment, and it's the right price. It's a lot lower than Sparrowwood. So I would get the application and fill it out, and I don't know how long it would take them. I have the money for the application fee if there is one. There probably is one. So
Okay.
I could move as fast as possible.
Here's what I'm doing, because we have been kind of trying to move this a little slower, but we were trying to make sure you're going to be okay. So
thank you.
That $400 difference that you talked about. All right. Now, whether it's that whole 400, it's something else like that.
Mm-hmm.
Before this case could move into February without me giving them a judgment, a straight out judgment, right? There would have to be an agreement, because they've also filed for a money judgment. So that sort of this judgment with the payment plan built into it as to how you're going to pay this back per month. Okay. I think you've been thinking about that and what it is, but make sure you look at, you know, is it realistic to say the 400 I save I can do, or is it more realistic to say I can give you $300 a month and I can be sure that that's going to happen? Right. Okay. So, before I would push this case any further out to give you that time, I want two things. One, to make sure that you've got that unit. And then a judgment or however we do it, that's going to include a payment back of that grant. Does that make sense to you, man?
Yes, absolutely. Now, what do I do when I know I've got the unit? Who do I contact?
I would suggest that once you know to contact plaintiff's counsel here.
Do we have a phone number?
Yes.
734-994-1077.
I'm going to repeat that back to you. 734-994-1077, right?
Yes,
and what is your name?
Jillian.
Jillian. Thank you, Jillian.
Okay, and then that way, when we come back, we can have it all drawn up as to what's going to happen.
How do we decide? I can report when I'm accepted or not, right? Yeah. Hopefully, I don't see any reason why. I've had positive conversations with the agent, one of the agents. What about how do we arrange the payment technically?
Then that's why you would contact them.
That's why, pardon?
That's why you would need to contact Ms. Engine.
Jillian, okay.
Okay, so that what's going to happen is you contact her, say, I've got my unit. They're going to start their process of their paperwork. You'll probably talk about how much you can pay a month, talk about a specific move out date, because you should know that once you get the apartment. And then they will be able to put all of that in writing, memorialize it that way, and then sort of close this case out.
So she puts it in writing once
Yes.
we've talked about it?
Yep.
So let her know, hopefully when I've been accepted. She's given me the phone number, and then we'll talk about the payment and when it's due, and she'll write up a contract of sorts.
She'll write up, yes. However, we're going to do it, whether it be a conditional order dismissal, I don't know.
I'm sorry,
reasons
could
of
you say that last part again?
Well, conditional order dismissal, it could be that way, or it could be so that there's no judgment, or it could be just in the form of judgment. All right. So either way, I don't think it really matters which way it is, but they'll make sure that the paperwork is
Okay.
all set. Okay.
Do I contact the court at all, or
No. What will happen is,
just between us?
yep. And then once I give you the date to come back, you'll come back, you'll be able to inform the court where you are, and hopefully all the paperwork, everything will be done, and we'll be done with this.
So how do I know when I come back to court?
I'm gonna give you a date.
Oh,
All right.
I thought it was contingent upon what we did.
No. I just want to give enough time. You're gonna have to come back anyway. So you don't know, you haven't heard from them. I'm gonna suggest let's put it to the 23rd.
February 23rd?
No, January 23rd, 2 weeks.
Okay.
And that's at 3 p.m.
Oh, thank you for that later time.
I am going to put a note that it is over plaintiff's objection, but.
Yes, it's over plaintiff's objection. And I would also indicate to this that if the apartment doesn't come through, because I think plaintiff's right, everybody's trying to do the right thing, I would be granting a judgment to the plaintiff should it not come forth.
Is there any way I can get a summary of this conversation for my caseworker to keep everything clear in my mind?
You can also give her my phone number if that's helpful.
Yeah.
You can give Madden my phone number.
Why don't you give her the phone number for the attorney and they can go through and figure it out. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Happy New Year again.
And Happy New Year to you. You take care.
Do I have the right phone number, or are you giving me another one?
No,
That's the one? Okay. I wasn't sure.
Yes, no worries.
Thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate it.
All right. Take care. And when you go ahead. And when you come back the next time regarding the chair, just make sure somebody knows here. We'll get that taken care of.
Thanks. I usually tell the bailiff, or
Yeah.
sometimes some nice person brings it.
Yeah.
We can't walk in the courtroom and get that one, right? As you know.
You can, one of these. Thank you.
Eldot Property Management versus Nicole Freeland and Aaron Gates.
Jillian Engen for plaintiff.
So,
Hello. Did your name?
Nicole Freeland.
Aaron Gates. All right. And where are we on this case?
So, oh, go ahead. No, sorry.
Go ahead. We spoke briefly before this. Your Honor, I have balance cost of $4,875.33. It's my understanding that Faith in Action is reissuing a check for $2,100 to go against the balance, and have spoken with Hawk, and they're going to be processing this and supplying the rest essentially. So
everything's gonna get paid. It's just they're two different.
Yeah. So over the holiday break, the check from Faith in Action never showed up. So I contacted Ellendot and they said they did not receive it. So I talked to Faith in Action. Apparently the check got returned. Don't know why. So Ellendot is aware of it. They're making sure that if it comes through that they know. We talked to Hawk yesterday and gave him all the paperwork. So we're just kind of waiting till maybe next week to hear something from them.
So how do you want to do this? 1 or 2? It sounds like everything is in place. Did the check actually get to Ellendot and Ellendot didn't know and sent it back? Is that what
I'm
happened?
assuming. I even asked, I asked Faith in Action, did you put our name on it? They said yes. I don't know what happened on the Ellendot end, if they just kind of like, oh, well, I just.
Like, we don't know what to do with this, so.
Exactly, let's do
All right.
that. Yeah, so I don't.
2, all right. January 23rd, 2026 at 3 p.m. Okay.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Did you have anything you wanted to say? No, because I yelled at you last time. You're learning now. All right. You guys take care of yourselves. Court calls the case of Evergreen versus Dustin Mickles and Antoinette Mickles and the kids. That's just some of them.
Okay.
Your names?
Antoinette Michaels.
Dustin Michaels.
All right. Look at those little babies.
Yeah. Amari. Kalia.
Got it. I got a hat just like that. Anyway. All right. Where are we on this case?
The writ hearing. I have $4,784.91 remaining on the judgment.
Yes.
And then I have a total balance including January of $6,245.34.
Yeah. Take a seat.
You?
No, not you.
All right, folks. Why do you think the writ should be stopped in this case?
Could you repeat that, Judge?
Why do you think the writ should be stopped in this case? Or to set aside the default judgment?
Why should it be set aside?
Yeah.
We received the notice on the 2nd that we were supposed to be here on the 26th at 12. And as you know, we haven't missed a court date yet. We're always on time. Probably got one of our kids, but we're definitely on time. And then once I realized that we were late, within the hour, I had just got off of work. I walked here, and then I put that motion in.
Okay.
And
go ahead.
We have now got another person to help with some of it. Vincent St. Paul said 300, but my wife just put in a SER again, because I'm no longer at that place that I was working. I'm at McDonald's, which I make way less.
Okay.
So, and then the person who's advocating for us, she just had a death in the family. So it's I haven't been able to talk to her this week, besides Monday, and that's when she told me about Vincent St. Paul willing to for 300. So that leaves 1499.91 that we'd have to come up with for the
14. Say that again.
wasn't it 1499.91?
So we have to come up
Yeah, that we'd have to come up with because Hawk said they would pay 3,000. Yeah, Vincent St. Paul said.
All right, but how are you going to do that? Because see, here's the thing: to set aside the default judgment, I've not only got to have a reason why you didn't appear, but I also have to have you have to give me some semblance that there's a defense to this. And there really isn't a defense per se.
Okay.
You're just trying to figure. You're trying to create room to.
Sorry.
It's all right. You're trying to create room so that you can get the payments in.
Yeah.
Wow. I'll watch that for hours. She got you so wrapped. All right.
There's only one of the 5 boys.
Yes. So that difference.
Yes.
Well, that difference, how are you gonna come up with that difference, folks?
I'm actually working on getting a loan for one of my family members right now for the full amount, and then I would pay them back in installments. But I should hear something this week. Yeah. This coming week, we should hear something about that. And like I said, I've also she's reached out to SER. We're waiting to hear back from Friends Indeed. Like I said, I haven't talked to the social worker who's basically been advocating for me through all these different places because, like I said, she had a death in the family.
All right.
But
So here's what I'm gonna do, and so that you'll maybe understand why I'm doing it this way, I'll explain.
Okay.
Because I think legally I can't grant your motion to set aside the default, so I'm gonna deny your motion to set aside the default.
Okay.
One of the advantages to me doing that, although it may sound like a loss, is that the figure that you'd have to pay is that judgment amount. If I were to grant it, we're now in the judgment amount to maintain your housing. We'd have to include January rent.
Okay.
You follow me there?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to deny your motion. I'm going to indicate that plaintiff a writ may issue. It sounds like you're trying to get there. It's just piecemeal by piecemeal. So I'm going to give you some time to put it together, but then a writ may issue, but it cannot be executed until January 26th.
Okay.
Okay. So all of these pieces you got kind of out there, I'm giving you time to kind of pull all of that together.
Okay.
And try to make this work.
It will.
All right. Fair enough.
Thank you very much.
You're more than welcome. All right. All right, you guys take care of yourselves. Bye bye. Bye bye, little one. She did. She said nothing. But I don't know. She was staring at Miss Engine.
I got 2 girls.
Yeah, that's right.
I got 4 girls.
That was a girl thing going on there.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
You do the same. Evergreen Apartments versus Paisley Brennan. Paisley Brennan did not check in. You had previously been sworn. You may proceed.
Your Honor, this is a case for non-payment of rent. Rent for possession is $3,652.72. Court costs are $172 for a total of $3,824.72. I do want to bring to the court's attention the fact that work orders were brought up on December 19th. Those, my client went into the home, completed any maintenance that was necessary. They hadn't heard about it before then, but then once they heard about it, they've since gone in and made the repairs. So plaintiff is at this time requesting a default judgment for possession only with a writ to issue after 10 days.
All right. And the court will grant a judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount in the amount requested with a writ to issue in 10 days. We don't have any escrow on this case, do we? Nothing. Okay, because on the 26th of December, she was supposed to put 1,800 into escrow with the court and has not done that. All right, thank you. Evergreen versus Kenyatta Mitchell.
Hello.
Oh, there's Miss Mitchell.
Hi.
Hello. All right, and where are we on this case?
Your Honor, I have a balance including court costs of $2,950. I understand that Ms. Mitchell had a hawk appointment for the 19th and is trying to seek assistance for the balance, which there's going to be a late fee of $50 tomorrow. So it'll be a total of $3,000 on the ledger, but that shouldn't change the rest of this month.
Okay.
So.
Is that correct, Ms. Mitchell?
Yes.
Okay, so we can at least get an update, maybe see where it is. I'm going to adjourn this out to the 23rd.
Okay, thank you.
2026 at 3 p.m.
Okay.
And then that way we'll see, hopefully we'll have some news from Hawk. All right?
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Take
Have a
care.
good day. You too.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Gulfside Lake 1 and 2 versus Lakia Williams.
Jillian Engen for.
Oh, there she is. Williams?
Oh, wait, are you guys calling me?
Yes. I'm calling you. We've been calling you for like an hour now. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, sorry. I went to the bathroom real quick.
Okay. Let's see. Where are we on her case?
Your Honor, I have a balance including court costs of $5,242.08. I'm checking to see if there was that payment of $1,000. Let me see if I see it.
Were you able to get that payment in, Ms. Williams?
I ended up submitting $850 because ended up needing to get something done on my car, but I submitted it earlier today.
The $850.
Yes.
All right. So if I assume that, what's your plan for the rest for this?
So let me see. On the 23rd, I should have 1,100. And then on February 6th, I should have 2,000.
And your monthly rent is how much?
It's 1465, I think.
Got it. Are they interested at all, or would they be interested in working out something with her or not?
Your Honor, I think they have the policy is that payment plans have to kind of start right at the beginning of the case and then go through and be paid within, a shorter period of time. Then I think that so I just don't have authority to enter into anything.
Oh, yes. And I also talked to Hawk and they said I have to get it down to 3,000 before they can even talk to me. So
52, just do 53 minus 850 gives me what? Yes. 4,450. And then if She had 11 come in. That's gonna get, okay.
Yeah, because I think if we go down 3,000 by the six, I think it's just gonna kick it right back up again.
Okay, so ma'am, let me ask you this. The 1,100 you said you'd have by the 23rd.
Yes, I should have it on the 23rd.
Is there any way that you'd be able to get, you really would need about 1,500 to even come close to trying to make this work, because it's got to work within this month.
Mm-hmm. So
Well, maybe
what
not.
day
She
should I
pays it.
have it?
Well, let me ask you this. I mean, first thing, is there a realistic thought that you can get that?
Yeah, I can hustle and come up with it.
Okay, all right. All right, so you would need to come up with the 1,500 by the 23rd.
Ooh.
But you don't think you can do that?
It's possible.
Okay, so here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get you to that point that you can at least begin the appointment with Hawk, right? But we're short because if you get that by the 23rd, your balance is under 3, you can then set the appointment with Hawk, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And then coming into February, you pay the 2,000. You're going to be under that amount, and Hawk may be able, if they can help you, then you're going to be under that number and have the potential to get yourself clear. That's the only way I see it happen. But the only way it's going to work realistically is that you got to come to that 3,000 by the 23rd.
You know what? I'll make it happen.
So over plaintiff's objection, I'm going to adjourn it to the 23rd, and if it's not, and basically we've got to have the balance to 3,000 by then. So I'll adjourn it to January 23rd, 2026 at 3 p.m. Okay, so that you understand and so that we're real clear, I'm doing this over plaintiff's objection. You get, because normally if you didn't pay that 1,000, I would just give them a judgment today, but I get other stuff comes up. So
yeah.
I'm indicating that you got to get this down to 3,000. You get it down to 3,000, then we can look at trying to get this whole thing done. If you don't get it down to 3,000, I'm giving them a judgment. I'm not going to hear much else. All right. Fair enough. All right. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Court does call the case. Gulfside Lakes 1 and 2 versus Natasha Almost.
Elaine Inget for plaintiff.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Your name?
Natasha Almost.
All right. Where are we on her case?
Your Honor.
This is a set aside?
Yes.
All right. Ma'am, what's your basis for wanting to set this aside?
Well, I paid the judgment, but I guess there was a balance of $166 that I was unaware of. So December's rent rolled into the new judgment. So I had an appointment with Hawk on the 6th.
And you lost me there. So we issued a judgment December 5th.
December 5th. Yep. So I didn't come to court because I thought I had it paid, but there was a small balance of $166. that I was unaware of because I paid them November 27th, 28th. I paid them over $4,000.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So, because we, yeah, so what had happened was you were here on the 21st.
Yeah.
And what you were probably told, if you get it paid before the end of the month, they were going to dismiss it, which is why you didn't show up at the next hearing.
Yes.
But everything didn't get paid because the court costs didn't get paid.
Yeah.
Because you were focusing on the number.
Yeah.
I got you.
Okay.
Okay. And then, so this judgment then gets entered. Okay, so where is she now?
Balance is 3,000. So I'm curious as to how the Hawk appointment went and if they've approved it and kind of how we're going from there.
Yep, I'm waiting to hear back from Emily. I have all the documents submitted to her and she's supposed to reach out to Melissa today, hopefully.
Okay.
If not, probably Monday.
Okay. Your Honor.
Amy, do we have any, if she'll let you talk about it? We have somebody from the court liaison officer that may have information regarding your Hawk. Do you mind if she shares it with us?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I don't have much other than to confirm that she did have her appointment on the 6th, and yeah, she's going to be needing money documents.
Okay.
But no reason to think that it wouldn't get approved, that you. I don't have anything otherwise.
Your Honor, would you maybe forbear ruling on the motion and maybe set it over for a week?
Okay, for a ruling, okay. No, I'll adjourn the motion. All right, so we can at least hear. You got that?
Sounds good.
So I'll adjourn this to the 16th. January 16th, 2026 at 2 p.m.
Can I request a Zoom?
Can you request it?
Yeah.
Sure, and I can say no.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. You'll have to submit the form and then we do individual consideration on that.
Okay. So if everything gets paid, I don't have to come to court for this.
I'd say yes, but I think that's where we ended up in this one though. Here's what I'm going to suggest that you be here.
Okay.
Because I don't think, maybe wrong, but I don't think even if everything goes through by the 16th, that the check is going to be there.
Okay.
Right? You might have the commitment that it's going to be done, but it won't be done.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Thank you.
Gulfside Lakes versus Deanne Brown.
Jillian Ingan for plaintiff. While Mr. Brown is coming up, I think that there are funds in escrow. If we could figure out.
Yes, there are. There are $680. Yes, $680.
Sorry, I interrupted you before you could say your name.
My name is Deon Brown.
Yep. Okay. And what's the claim in this case?
Not including what's paid into escrow, I have $1,401.25.
That's owing.
So
And then
out
what?
the 680, we're at like 800. Less than.
Yeah. All right, man. How you gonna get this paid?
I have it paid off by the 21st.
So you'll have everything paid by the 21st?
I make a $900 payment next week, and then the following week it will be the remaining balance. I'm waiting on I took the money out of my 401k, so it doesn't.
Right, but you,
I
maybe my math's wrong, but if you make a $900 payment, when do you plan on making that?
It should come Wednesday, but I'm gonna say Thursday, just in case it doesn't come.
Of this upcoming Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
But if she pays that, gives me almost $1,700 when I include his escrow.
Yeah, I think that should do.
And that would do it.
Balance.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If Your Honor would mind releasing the escrow.
Yeah, what I'll do right now is I'll release the escrow to plaintiff. Okay, so we're gonna send your escrow out. And then I'll adjourn it out just 1 week to the 16th, 2026 at 2 p.m. Okay, so the idea here is you get that 900 in. I release the escrow here. You're actually going to have a slight bit of a credit on your account.
Okay.
And then I don't need to see you again. Not that I don't want to, but I don't need to see you again.
Thank you.
Did that work?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. Court calls the case of Gulfside Lake 3 versus Erica Hall. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
All right, state your name, please.
Erica Hall.
Okay, where are we on this case?
Just a couple things, Your Honor. Ms. Hall and I spoke before court. She has a balance, including court costs, of $2,807.55. And Emily from Hawk is going to call her on the 15th to see if they can assist. And also, it's my understanding that Ms. Hawk has Ms. Hall has an SCR application.
She does. Okay. So they're going to call on the 15th to see whether or not they can assist.
Well, she needs proof of income, which I have for her, and I guess I'm supposed to upload them to her.
Okay, so you got to get there's documents you have to get to her.
Right, but I spoke to another young lady. I don't know what her what her name was, but she said pretty much they could help. I just needed the proof of income.
Income, got it. Okay, so 16th or 23rd. What do you think?
Your Honor, I think we might as well go the 23rd.
23rd. That I was just thinking that myself because we're not. You'll get that in. You'll have the contact with them. We may not get that information the next day. January 23rd, 2026. That's 3 p.m.
Okay.
All right. Take care. Gulfside Lake 3 versus Ashley Branch. Ashley Branch, not checked in. You may proceed.
Your Honor, rent possession is $1,004.06. Court costs of $172 for a total of $1,176.06. Plaintiff is requesting a default judgment for possession only after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount in the amount requested with a writ issue in 10 days.
No, it's okay.
It was just funny the timing because you were looking at your watch.
Yeah,
You and no, yeah.
Everybody was saying, just wait, he'll be with you in a minute. Oh, you're good.